Listen, you shouldn't have to stretch your budget to buy jeans with a little give. High-end denim can cost hundreds of dollars, but bargain brands don't offer the same level of style and comfort.
Yeah. You can't get some jeans that cost you hundreds of dollars and like have to do a juice cleanse to get into them.
Totally. So Distilled, spelled DSTLD, they've revolutionized the fashion industry with their timeless luxury grade denim. So you get jeans that would normally cost you hundreds starting at just $65.
Yeah. They eliminate these crazy markups because they refuse to work with middlemen.
Refuse. They ship directly to you for free and guarantee the fit, or they'll send you a new pair until they're perfect. Distilled jeans are built to last and will be a staple in your closet for years.
They also have a bunch of fall jackets. So if you're like into a classic denim or you want like a bomber jacket, you can just expect the same level of quality.
Okay. And so for a discount, go to dstld.com/feral and you'll get $10 off your first order.
That's
d.com/feral for $10 off. Bye. Thanks. Bye. Alie, let me ask you a question.
Yeah. Fire away, dude.
What?
Fire away, dude.
Oh. Yes or no? Finding the right hair color for you, Alie, can be a challenge.
What color is my hair right now?
Burgundy.
Yeah. Was that on purpose?
No.
Did I need to use E-Salon?
Yes, you did.
Oh, I fucked it up. Oh, wait. You can scratch that.
No, it's great. E-Salon offers professional grade. Leave that in. Completely personalized hair color that's created just for you and delivered right to your door. Alie, you fucking need this.
I need it so much. This is the last time I will color my hair without taking the steps to get the right color. I grabbed a color off the shelf. It was the wrong color. My hair is maroon now.
Don't do it. Alie, do you love questionnaires?
Yes.
Here's a hair questionnaire. Upload your photo and a personal colorist will formulate your individually blended color from over 15,000 pigments.
Oh my God.
I know.
I need E-Salon and a time machine to go back to yesterday.
Totally. Well, they've got you covered. There's 100% satisfaction guaranteed if you're not happy, Alie.
Oh God, I need
with
this.
Your color. It will give you a free reformulation or refund.
I think anything's better than what I did to myself before.
I mean, you look cute.
Thanks, dude. But you know what? I like that the color doesn't fade. Like they have the grays covered. Because I get some grays every once in a while.
I mean, at 23 years old, our gray is like pretending to start to come in.
I know. It's probably because we're such big thinkers.
We're so young.
So you can visit esalon.com/slumber party, all one word. And do that. You get 50% off your first order. So that's $10 for your personalized hair color, which is crazy because the last time I got my hair colored in a salon, it was like $180.
Dude, you can do it your freaking self. I've been doing it my freaking self for years and years.
Yeah, I really got the wrong color. So I need to use eSalon. You get 50% off your first box at esalon.com/slumber party. So go do that. Don't be an Alie Ward.
Send us photos too. Hashtag it at, I don't know, Alie in Georgia. Let's see your hair.
Yeah, just tag us in it on Instagram. Let's see your pictures.
Let's do it.
I want to look at your hair.
Bye.
Feral Audio.
Are you sure?
Slumber party.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I'm Alie.
I'm Georgia.
So, Georgia.
I talked to this girl today who said that she can't tell our voices apart.
What?
I thought that was a given. Did you?
No, I bet it gets confusing until you listen to like 10 episodes.
Yeah. Okay.
But
hey, hi.
Hi. You know what that means? That means she hasn't listened to that many episodes.
She has though, and she knew all this crazy information about me.
So I can say whatever and just blame you.
She thought my parents were sick.
Oh no!
I know, and I was like, nope, they're cool. Well, they're sick.
No, you're like, no, it's Alie.
Yeah, I'm like, nope.
No, that shitty life. No, that's Alie. Thanks.
No, that stressful thing. That's not. I'm cool. There's no reason I should be depressed, but
I always worry when we put one out that like, don't mind the sound of a rock star energy drink cracking in the background. That's
just
Dustin.
our overworked,
producer, our sweaty, overworked podcast producer, Dustin. But I always worry when one comes out. I'm like, I said something stupid.
Oh, no one knows.
Fuck.
It could be me.
Say a lot more stupid shit.
It could totally be me.
I'm going to say shit more.
Good.
All the fucking time.
Good.
Georgia.
Hey, what'd you learn this week, Alie?
Okay, that's a great question. I'm glad you asked. I learned a couple of things, and right now I can't remember what they are, even though I wrote this down 4 minutes ago. Okay, wait. Okay. Oh, yes. Okay. This is one that's it's not a bug fact. I was going to tell you about how ants drink from caterpillar butts, but I was like,
Thank God you're not.
I know. But do you know, okay, so Elvis Presley grew up in Mississippi and he had a job when he was like a kid, before he was famous, kind of like a helper job, like mowing lawns that he did for a neighbor. Do you want to guess what it was?
Like mowing lawns?
It was like that. Something you do for neighbors.
Oh my God, I don't know. Like cleaned out his gutters?
It's a good question. No? Anything else? Any other guesses?
No.
He was a Shabbos goy.
What?
I know, what? So he would on
Oh, I've done this before.
Have you?
Yes.
But you're Jewish.
I know.
So you're not supposed to.
Explain what a Shabbos goy
Okay,
is.
so a Shabbos goy is someone who on the Sabbath, for like their super Orthodox Jewish friends or neighbors, will go and like light their stove.
You can't use anything on Shabbat. You can't turn your lights on at home. No. You do it like the morning before. You can't turn your stove on. You can't drive anywhere.
Yeah, unless you get a hunky, like snarl-mouthed, hip-wiggling boy to come over and light all your shit for you.
Someone who's not of the Jewish faith can do it for you. So one time someone knocked on my door. It was a little tiny old Jewish lady. And she was like, I opened the door and she's like, are you Jewish? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, never mind. And I was like, no, what is it? And she ended up letting me do it. But I think she felt really bad because that meant I was a terrible Jew. I turned her lights on in her house.
She's like, oh, you know what else we can't do is we can't rub our own shoulders.
I know, right?
She's like a little lower.
Yeah, it was pretty cute. Okay, want to know what I learned?
Yeah.
Okay, so I watched this documentary over the weekend called The Punk Singer. Okay. And it is a documentary about Kathleen Hanna, who is the lead singer of Bikini Kill and the whole Riot Girl movement and how she was part of it, starting that up. Really, really great documentary. But did you know that Kathleen Hanna, you know who she is, right?
I know of her, but I couldn't.
She was at La Tigre, was other band. Like she's a badass, original Riot Girl. Okay, like literally was part of making up that name.
Whenever someone says Riot Girl, not sarcastically, I'm always like, oh, it's a real noun, I guess.
Okay. Do you want to know? I know why Riot Girl. I once heard that someone said that if men were ever treated like women are, there'd be a riot, and that's why it's called Riot Girl.
Well,
okay, she's married to Ad Rock from Beastie Boys.
Really?
Did you know that?
No.
Weird, right?
Are they still married?
They're like happily married. She has Lyme disease.
That sucks.
Like late stage, like it's bad. You should watch this documentary. If you have a teenage daughter or any kind of daughter, you should make her watch this movie because it's just badass.
Do they address the Lyme disease or just the punk? They do?
Yeah.
Is it the intersection of Lyme disease and punk rock?
No, it's just a whole story of that. And then it's like, what is she up to now? Why did she quit music in 2005?
Oh, is it depressing?
It's sad.
Okay.
But it's really good. And Ad Rock totally takes care of her and they're so cute together.
Oh, that's really sad. It makes me want to cry.
The Punk Singer. It's on Netflix. Go watch it.
Let's change the topic from diseases that no one can cure to our guest. Our guest. We're both really big fans of our guest.
Yeah.
We're not the only fans. He has like 2.5 million followers on all social media platforms. He's way more famous than we will ever be. He's the creator of The Oatmeal, which is a comic, and he's on all the things. Look for The Oatmeal. His name is Matthew Inman. He's in town from Seattle.
Hi.
Thanks for being on.
Thanks for having me.
What did you learn?
So I did a tour of Disneyland yesterday.
Private tour.
Private tour, and you get a guide, and they know the history of every
It's
Disney.
a baller tour.
It's pretty awesome. But I had all these facts stored away about Disneyland, and one of them I told the guide because I thought it was true, and he disagreed, and I ended up looking it up. There's a show in Disneyland called Fantasmic, which is like a big light pyrotechnic show that happens over the water where Maleficent, after she becomes a dragon, spews fire, and it's this big thing. I think it opened in like 1992, and shortly after it opened, supposedly, I heard a story when I was a kid that Mickey Mouse, the guy in the Mickey Mouse suit, got set on fire.
Do you know that that amusement park deaths are one of my favorite topics?
Perfect then. This is a good one.
I love that kind of death.
I know.
Any adjective death is your favorite.
Oh my God, he got set on fire.
Yeah, so that's what I thought. So I asked the tour guide, and I was like, okay, so Mickey Mouse, like, set ablaze, agonizing pain, had to dive into the water to, like, permanently disfigured. Like, I've heard all these rumors and
There's
everything.
no way he would say yes.
No, that's the thing is the guide.
It's like Scientology.
The guide, he would like say, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But he had like this twinkle in his eye, this like little twinkle that was like a Mickey Mouse on fire. Like that's what I was seeing from him. Like, is he not telling me? So I looked it up later, and I can find no evidence that Mickey Mouse was set on fire ever in the history of. But I did find something else out about Disneyland that I had to look. I looked on every site to confirm that it was true. And it was that, maybe you guys know this because you're from LA, but apparently they had like a big rat problem in Disneyland.
Oh, I didn't
I know this.
Mice and rats. So they started releasing house cats into Disneyland at night to hunt these vermin down. Like 200 cats would get released into Disneyland.
Which is hilarious because their mascot's a mouse.
I know.
Yeah, so it's this like mass genocide every night. Of
And the
Mickey.
cats live there now.
Wait, would they get the cats back? Or would they just like every
no,
every
no,
night?
they
would
just
198 of them.
No,
come back
they
at
just
night?
they just would like throw them into Space Mountain or Splash Mountain and just let them, live their lives in darkness. No, they supposedly they round them up.
That sucks.
They just let them get ground up on the Roger Rabbit ride in that big turning mechanical thing.
Kitties.
And then they make them into little kitty churros. But yeah, so that supposedly is true. I couldn't figure out. They said that they would round them up every night.
Yeah, fuck
But they
that.
would not, like, no article I read would kind of elaborate on how do you round
Yeah.
up 200 cats from an amusement
The
park.
term "like herding cats"
Yeah.
is that for a reason.
Yeah, and I've
Yeah.
never seen a cat at Disneyland. I
I haven't either.
You
Yeah.
would think if they did that, you'd be like, oh, the cat, like there's this calico cat that's always near Pioneer Town, or is there a Pioneer Town?
Sure, and they'd be friendly.
Yeah,
What's the bear? Like, there's bears, like a bear town,
The country
Pioneer,
bears?
country bears.
I don't know because we haven't been to Disneyland.
I know.
I don't know if they still have country bears.
Probably not.
what
It's
did
been
you-
so long.
You went yesterday,
Yeah.
but you've been how many times in this last year?
Probably like 3 times.
Oh, wow.
It's been a very Disneyland rich year for me.
For someone who lives in Seattle, that's a lot of
Yeah.
time.
I agree. But
What is? I mean, I guess I haven't been in so long, but is there a thing that you have to hit every time you go there?
usually it's Pirates of the Caribbean.
Why is that?
Because I like as a kid, I grew up in Southern California, and that's the one that I remember. And the thing that I like about it the most is the smell. Because it smells
Yes,
this weird,
that dank.
damp, mildewy.
I know
And I love
exactly
it.
what
Like
you're talking
it's
about.
like a instant time travel back to when I was 7.
It's colder and like the air feels lighter. I
Yeah.
know
Do
exactly
they
what you're
still
talking
have
about.
that guy who's chasing that wench around? Or
Right,
do they
he's
just-
gonna
They
rape
had to
her.
modify it because he was chasing her for,
all of it like it turned to like for just decades and
And now
decades.
she
Yeah, and
chases him, right?
She chases him. Well, what they did at one point, I think they put like a cake in her hand, like he was chasing the cake. But then I
please.
think they actually inverted it so that she's chasing him with a rolling pin.
God, that's
So she's
weird.
just terrible.
It's
Not
spousal
this-
abuse, regardless.
all terrible.
I want to go. I always think about the meetings of like whimsical places that are meant for pleasure, but like the really hardcore legal meetings that happen behind the scenes of like where people are like, you know what, you guys, let's just spitball. Like, what if she's got an axe? And like, no, I'm like,
Yeah.
how long did that take to actually change that? Yeah, I don't know. Why am I asking?
Oh
You
my
don't know.
god!
I don't know.
These are ponderific questions.
I know, but
There was actually a cat infestation problem at the community college I went to here in Los Angeles.
cat or a mouse infestation?
Cat.
Really?
All these cats. It was LACC, which is actually now where they film Community, which I love. Underneath the cafeteria, because the cafeteria got shut down because it was like gross, and it was like maybe getting
Health
remodeled.
department's like it's like gross.
It's like gross. It had a sign on it. It's like, this is like gross. And it was like maybe getting remodeled, but not really. And like just fucking cats lived in it and underneath it.
So did they just release bulldogs, and then after that they had to release dogcatchers?
That'd be great.
There's just sharks in there eventually.
Sure. Should we ask a slumber party question?
Yeah, what do you got?
I don't know. Which one do you like? I heard that you have an alien story. Can we just start off strong?
Yeah, let's do it.
It's not really an alien story. Like I did not make contact with aliens. If any, I don't
Do
know
you
what you're
believe in
looking for.
them?
Yeah, what do you, okay, so Matt,
no.
I feel like we should preface, Matt, your comics are super, super hilarious
Mm-hmm.
and very smart, and usually they're about like history or science, or you said right before we started recording grizzly bears with diarrhea. Anyway, people who are listening know that, but like, if you tell me that you believe in aliens, I'd be like, all right, I'm open to listening. Like, I would hear your point of view about ghosts or aliens because I believe you for some reason because you seem smart.
I would think that he would believe in ghosts more than aliens
yeah.
more than ghosts. And then I would think I would doubt his credibility a little bit if he believed in ghosts.
I believe-
Sorry.
No worries.
So what do you, so tell us.
No, let's take bets on this. I believe
Okay.
that he thinks that aliens are possible, and I think he thinks ghosts are bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
Oh, when you say you're looking for an alien story, do you mean a personal anecdote that I've had with aliens, or do you mean something I read or saw?
Oh, personal or someone you know.
Okay, so my dad, I love that guy, but he was obsessed with aliens growing up.
Awesome.
And we moved to northern Idaho from LA because my parents wanted to escape LA. And so we lived in this house in the middle of nowhere. And my dad was just obsessed. He had like piles and piles of all the conspiracy theory books, and he was really into Whitley Strieber, and he was the author of Communion. And my dad used to, I love the guy, but he smoked like a lot of weed. Like,
Really?
For like 50 years.
He was like that dad.
He was like just weed in and out.
Like, I know
And
that dad.
Did you do it in front of you? So it was never a secret. Was it like, Dad, in the garage again?
No, he did it from. He actually had a little like a greenhouse that he grew it in. And I caught him one time and I was like, Dad, like, what is this? And he's like, it's tomatoes. So we can have tomatoes in the winter. And I'm like, I never thought of that. Like, it's cold out. Of course. And then when I was like 15, I was like, those weren't tomatoes.
The lies people tell their children.
I know.
It's terrible.
But my story is he was crazy about them and he used to disappear like camping. I'm using air quotes on a podcast, but camping in the woods where he would try to hunt them. He wanted to be found. He wanted to find them. So he would sleep in the bushes, like stoned out of his gourd, looking for aliens. And
Had he ever seen one before?
He never told us he did, but he seemed so, like, my dad would just disappear for 2 days into the woods looking for aliens.
But would he ever say if he came back with anything? Would he ever be like, you guys, I saw a light?
It happened, did it?
Yeah, he kind of always had those stories. Like, we had weird heat lightning in Idaho. If you've never seen heat lightning,
what is that?
It just is like a lightning that you don't see an actual strike.
Oh, lightning.
So it's just these like bursts of pockets of warm light in the sky. It's very weird.
That's
And we used to get that. So he every now and then be like, oh, it's an alien. I'm like, which is terrible because as a kid, you are telling your son monsters are real and they're up in the sky.
Yeah.
That's
and it's
what
a
I was terrified of aliens.
Because your parents are always right.
Yeah, and he made me watch Communion, which is a terrifying movie if you haven't seen it.
No, I
I don't even
haven't.
know what that's about.
It was a book written by Willie Stryber where it got turned into a fictional novel based on real stories from abductees. Again, air quotes, abductees.
I think I saw that when I was a kid and it scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, it's scary as hell. The book is scary, but he's like, son, like, we need to sit down and watch this because it's important. Like, that was his father man talk.
That was like
let's look
his
at these
religion.
Aliens. Yeah, so that was an issue.
Do you believe that aliens could possibly exist in the multi-universe?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think we have had zero contact with them, and I think if we did, we would have no idea. I think if we met an alien, it would be like a sound of a clap on the other side of a nebula, like a weird, intangible thing. It wouldn't be a bipedal thing with eyes in the nose. Like basically like fucking cows from the inside and leaving them in farms. Like I think that's a bunch of silliness.
But don't you think there's something adorable about human brains that when we try to picture an alien, we just picture us?
Yeah, we basically like shave our bodies and make us pale and like
more extreme.
Yeah. Like we picture God and it's like, it's us.
They look like
bigger.
They kind of look like Canadians because they're like really pale and just kind of big-eyed and
Or like
swirly.
supermodel Canadian supermodels.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe?
Yeah.
Because they have like really wide, weird eyes and stuff.
And they seem oddly quiet. You can't tell if they're really smart or really stupid. What are they plotting, these Canadian supermodels?
Do you think if they're like cops where like if you ask them if they're aliens, they have to tell you yes? Like, cops like, are you a cop? Like, are you buying these drugs because you're a cop?
They're like, shit, man, you got me.
Shit.
I'm a total alien.
That'd be great.
So you've never seen anything weird? I haven't.
Yeah,
myself,
well,
I've seen some weird shit.
I saw what I thought was Bigfoot once, but then I found out 10 seconds later it wasn't Bigfoot.
What was it?
It was a steer, running at high speeds towards a fence, and right before liftoff over the fence, it would run on its back legs. So right when I looked at it, it was a brown cow running on its back legs. So I was like, oh, Bigfoot! And then it jumped and landed on 4 legs, and I was like, that's not Bigfoot, it's a cow.
That's still crazy.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
Yeah, and it actually like held that stride for a solid like 10 feet. Like he did not need to run on 2 legs for that long.
Do scientists know that's a thing that those things can do?
Now they do.
This steer was amazing, and he was dark brown, so it totally could have passed for Bigfoot for at least 10 seconds.
Where was this?
Idaho. This was actually very near where the aliens were being hunted. It was
Maybe he
great.
was a fucking alien.
How old were you when you left Idaho?
I was 17.
And you moved to Seattle to start programming.
Yeah.
Because you were like a weird super genius. It's like, I'm going to go program computers at 17.
Well, I was doing it in Idaho. I started learning when I was young, so it became a career. And then I didn't want to go to college, and I didn't like the courses they were teaching anyway. Because when you in like the late 90s, if you went to school to be a programmer, you would learn languages that were from the 80s, like really old, kind of useless languages. But if you just made it a hobby and got into it, that's what I did. So I was able to skip that and go straight to work.
And then for anyone that doesn't know, you started a dating website.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
how
before the oatmeal,
he dominated the internet.
I founded and sold an online dating website.
Which one?
It's called mingle2.com.
Oh my God.
It, like basically what happened was I was tired of doing work for people because I wanted to be creative and not answer to anyone. So I wanted to create a website with autonomy. And at the time, there's this really popular dating site in Canada called Plenty of Fish.
Right.
Which you probably heard of it.
Yes.
Run by one guy. I think he was making 8 figures a year.
Wait, Georgia, was your mom on Plenty of Fish?
No, she was on J-Date.
Oh, I thought she told you to get on Plenty of Fish like years ago.
I think she told me to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
So I saw that and I was like, I looked at his site and decided I could rebuild it. So I basically like poured a cup, a pot of coffee, and in 66 hours I rebuilt his entire site, relaunched it, and within like 6 weeks I had like 145,000 users.
Oh my God.
And it just took off. The unfortunate thing was, I was using comics to market it. Like I would make a comic called 10 Reasons It Would Rule to Date a Unicorn. And at the time, unicorn jokes were still funny.
Right.
Like they were like bacon jokes at the time rather than now, which is mustache jokes probably and sriracha and
Cronuts.
That's the new one. Yeah, I'm not even hip to that yet. I know what they are, but
don't bother.
I'm not on the cronut bandwagon. So the unfortunate thing was I was making comics, being creative, and that was the asset. That's what was making the dating site successful. But it was like, it would be like if you're a musician and all you're doing is Little Debbie commercials, you know?
Sure.
So I sold it to a terrible company. They ran it to the ground and ended up leaving and saying, I'm just going to start my own site that's funny. Then that's how the Oatmeal was born.
Wow.
And that was in 2009,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So it'd actually be 5 years, I think, in July.
That's crazy. Congratulations. You know, I just heard over the weekend of a new dating site it's like Fuck Tinder, you know, it's over.
It's called Fuck Tinder.
It's called Fuck
And
Tinder.
it's only for fucking.
Yeah.
Don't even talk.
Do you know
to
how
me.
many prostitutes are now like posting on Tinder to just like,
All of them?
sell? Yeah.
I think all of
Anyways,
them.
it's called Hinged, I think. And all it is you sign in, other people sign in, and you get matched up with people who you have mutual friends with on Facebook.
All right.
So you can be like, oh, you're friends with so-so and so-and-so. Okay.
a good idea.
I'm friends with you. Yeah, right? I think it's a
Yeah,
good
no,
idea.
but I have like 4,000 Facebook friends. I know like a fraction of them. Most of them are creeps.
Because you add anyone who lets you.
I know. I was like, oh, you'll care if we post a video. Matt, you started adding everyone. I remember
Yeah.
when we became friends on Facebook, I would see like, Matt Inman added 100 new
Holy
friends
shit.
today. Like every
Well, I had a
hour.
policy right when the surge happened and people were starting to add me. I was like, I'm going to add everyone, but I have 2 rules. 1, I'm going to add beautiful women, and 2, I'm going to add men with huge beards. So my entire feed was bearded men and beautiful ladies. And that was funny for the first month, but then my Facebook feed just became horrible. Like
Yeah.
anytime I'd post, it's just this like, you know, litany of comments that had no bearing on. So I deleted everyone. It took 2 years to delete people because it actually is really cumbersome to delete a friend on Facebook.
Yeah,
it's like
I'm at that
requires 3
point.
clicks. And if you have 4,000 friends, it's just like this pain in the butt.
Too
So-
many clicks. Actually, this is a good slumber party question. Do you have an internet crush on anyone? Like someone whose work you really admire, someone who you follow, or someone who you want to pay attention to you? I know you mentioned Neil deGrasse Tyson as someone you've been tweeting at, but other than Neil deGrasse Tyson,
somebody that I've been.
or you can discuss Neil deGrasse Tyson and the majesty of his mustache.
Yeah, I could talk about his. It's wonderful.
Have you guys noticed how huge his hands are?
No.
Is that a meme yet?
Are you watch
He has
Cosmo
big hands.
Stoned?
No. I've been watching Cosmos and I'm like, his hands don't look like they belong. Like he looks like he's got a suit on and it looks like they put like fake hands at the end of it. But
like
they're like
Hulk hands?
one size too big and they don't really like go with him.
Next time I'm watching, that's all I'm gonna do. I'm
Yes,
always staring
do it.
directly into his mustache, trying to stare into the filaments.
I bet he has that mustache so it'll distract from his giant hands that he's like been embarrassed of since he was a child.
He has such a heavy-lidded sexiness about him. His eyes are never fully open, and you feel like he's just talking.
Did
right
you see
at
that
you.
video where they slowed down his speech by a
loved it.
slight percentage and he sounded completely baked? It was
So fucked up.
best.
Yeah, it was
He's the
really
best.
funny.
So, okay, other than that, do you have anyone on the internet that you're like, they're doing good work? I have a crush on them.
I'm like completely blanking. NDT is pretty much it at this point.
NDT.
Yeah,
What's that? Neil deGrasse Tyson.
NDT, everything.
That's all I got. I'm sorry.
Is he ever going to disappoint us? Do you think? Like at one point, I'm like, "Fuck, he was so great."
No, we're gonna find out he like loves kids in a way that's not healthy.
I know.
And all of our whole universe will crumble into.
Is it really
horrible-
cynical that's like I'm like, yeah, but I'm not going to love him a lot right now because one day he's going to hurt me.
One day he'll hurt you by
He'll hurt us.
disappointing you.
Yeah.
You know what I used to do? I remember I went through a breakup years ago, and I was like, it was the one that the one that I was like, oh, this wasn't my choice, and the one
This is
thing
the
that-
worst.
Yeah, the one thing that helped me get over it was just thinking about like, what if in a year it comes out that he's just got a crazy stash of kiddie porn and just like the grossest shit, and like it comes out publicly, and I was like, oh, I dodged that bullet.
You're like, thank God I'm not your girlfriend because then everyone would look at me like I knew somehow.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, that poor girl. And in my mind, it might as well have happened. Like, I think about him and I think, like, And then I remember that didn't happen. I just made that up. To
That's
make
how you
myself feel
dish
better.
soaped him was the like, dish soaping, of course, is when you put dish soap on something so you don't like eat all of it, basically, like cookies, for example.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
Well, that's like, I guess that's a thing between us and you.
Yeah.
But like, it's not, people
I knew
don't
someone that
know.
did that with table salt. They would pour the salt on
Yeah,
it. And I
exactly.
just always
Like-
thought, like, that's a waste of table salt.
Like
It
someone,
is.
or like if someone leaves a cake at your house and you're like, I just want this cake to not exist. I want to stop eating it.
Yeah.
Sometimes people just spray Windex on it and throw it in
Because
the
if you
trash.
put it in the trash, you're totally
And it's
going to
a good
George
cake.
Costanza that thing and pull it right back out of the cake.
You'll
Like,
eat that
it
thing.
didn't touch
And then
anything.
before you do that, you take a picture of it and mail it to some kid with a distended belly. And
Oh, does he want cake though? Probably not.
He probably does, actually.
And I think it's insulting to you that the whole of Africa needs our cake. You
know what?
Some
And
of them
those
are
are-
doing fine.
You're right.
That
you're right.
distension is
Don't send it to
usually-
Nigeria. They're doing great. But other than that,
Yeah, they are.
He needs liver fluke medication and meditation, quite frankly. Wait, what were we even talking about? I'm sorry.
Cake, dish soap. Oh, dish soaping someone.
Kitty porn, Neil.
So dish soaping is an adjective now that means
yeah.
ruining it so you don't want to go back to it.
Yeah.
So you can't go back to it.
It's when you sabotage something good so that you don't have to.
and not just food. It can apply
can
to.
be
well, it's
anything.
yeah, it's turned into like people.
It can be anything.
Okay.
It's when you look for the bad in something or you make something bad. That way you don't have to deal with the loss of something.
Because the reality is you really want to like this thing.
Yeah.
And want
But
to-
it's either not going to be good for you in excess.
It's
or
unhealthy, yeah.
it's going to disappoint you. So you do it's essentially just self-sabotage where you find something terrible and you're like, nope, a Windexed it,
Yeah.
a dish soaped it.
Yeah. Dish soap.
Oh, that brings us to midnight snacks.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so
My favorite.
So it's late, right?
Yeah.
House is to yourself. Whatever. Your dogs aren't looking at you. No one's judging you, and you're like, I'm gonna raid some fridges right now. What's your go-to? Like, what's your most shameful? Not shameful, but like the thing that you're like, I don't want people to
Indulgent.
know that I love this.
Weird.
It's not the substance itself. It's the volume.
oh.
It's peanut butter. Peanut butter is like
I
160
know.
calories a spoonful, right?
I
So what
know.
I do is I like Nutella, but it's like cake frosting. You can't eat it on its own.
No.
You'll
No,
get
it's too
sick.
sweet.
So what I do is I take a spoon and I put it in peanut butter, and then I put like a Nutella thing on top. And if you don't like pay attention, you can clean up. Like you can put away 2,000
You're
calories.
you're telling the wrong people about this
Yeah,
thing because this has been
yeah.
a topic on Slumber Party multiple
like
times.
peanut butter. You mean?
Peanut butter
Yeah.
vagina spoon. Alie has a funny thing about a joke about how she can tell when it's been a bad week when there are only spoons in her sink.
I know exactly.
That's exactly
what
it.
you're talking
All I'm
about.
eating. But I gave up. I had a peanut butter problem for a while, and I think I weighed maybe like 25 pounds more than I do, but it was just all like under the surface of my skin. If you cut me, it would just be peanut butter. It was just that's all it was from, and I was like, this has got to stop. I'm eating a half a jar a day, and so I quit. And it was August 18th of 2002, I think, or no, 2004. I stopped buying it, and I was like, I'm done for a while. And I ran into a friend of mine that I hadn't seen in a while, and I was like, hey, how have you been? I haven't seen you in a bit. Like, he's like, I'm good. I gave up, all the Dilaudid and heroin and stuff. And I was like, when? And he's like, August 18th. And I was like, shit, I quit peanut butter the same day. And I was like, that is not,
Nope, not the same
not
thing.
a lateral
No.
comparison. But
No.
it was.
Peanut
What
butter
about
will-
so peanut butter Nutella spoon? That's legit. They should
Yeah.
sell it like that. Why don't they do that?
I think it would ruin it because I think every
Yeah.
bite's different. Sometimes your last bite has too much Nutella.
yeah.
You go for a little bit less.
I love seeing my teeth marks in the peanut butter. Is that a thing? You guys
Wait,
are staring
how
at
does that
me.
happen?
Like
How do you get your teeth in a jar?
no, on the spoon. Like I'll just like scrape it off with my front two teeth that are kind of
like, I
big.
did that.
You know, they're big. Whatever.
we all have those.
And then I just see my two little teeth marks in the front of it. No,
Just like-
anyone.
No, it's kind of like if you fed a squirrel an apple.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, look at that little.
What about a snack that's like you don't have anything in the house? What's like the weird thing that like I made a pizza on a Dorito because I had pizza sauce and cheese, but no, or like I made a sandwich on what?
I don't know. I ate a peanut butter and jam sandwich on a. Why am I saying this? On a hard shell taco. I was like, this is bread.
Close
exactly
enough.
it.
Yeah, it's a starch.
I
You're fine.
love it.
Yeah. Do you cook at all?
Yeah, kind of. I got a new house that has an actual real kitchen in it, so I'm like trying to use it.
What do you cook?
A lot of like Asian food, like Korean and Japanese.
Do you like go for those curries where you're like, I'm going to let this simmer and go do something else for a bit?
No, nothing that takes that much time.
So wait, what is quick then? Stir fries?
Sushi is amazingly easy. I mean,
You
don't
make
have to cook it.
sushi?
Well, you just buy the fish and you chop it up and you make the rice and you roll it. And
That sounds
make
so
whatever.
complicated.
It's not. It's
and
like super easy.
sushi. You can go get sushi. So easy.
Yeah, that's true.
But how much?
I am so lazy.
If you get like sashimi grade something or other, that can be in your refrigerator for like 14 minutes.
Yeah.
before it's garbage grade, right?
Yeah, you shouldn't keep it in there very long.
No, right?
I mean, I definitely push the limit. I'm like,
What if you're the kind of person who likes like the crazy like spicy mayonnaise, elaborate, like out of this world, not really sushi rolls?
those are fine. Yeah, I mean, it's Americanized, but who cares? It's still good.
I know.
Sushi's this weird food genre where anytime you announce what sushi restaurant you like, everybody starts in with, oh, have you had this one? That's even
Yeah.
better. Oh my God, they have the authentic Japanese rice there.
Yeah.
You go to Japan and nobody knows what the hell you're talking about. Like, what rice? It's just white. Like, it tastes good.
It doesn't have to be, it's not supposed to be warm or it's not supposed to be
like
this
if you
or
read
that.
a Yelp review of a sushi restaurant, it's the most pretentious. Oh well, my Japanese girlfriend, she says this is the best place, and she actually trained as a samurai, so she knows. And you're like, you're so
Yelp
crap.
reviews are just a thing
that
on
one or not?
Yeah, that's actually mine. Yeah, I actually did date a samurai. That's
pretty badass.
Yeah, she had a hair bob and everything.
Oh my God.
Really cool.
Swords.
Yeah, it was pretty great. So
Slumber party question. What is your perfect day from morning when you wake up until night? Perfect day. You can be anywhere you want to be. Like, what would you eat? Who would you be with? What would you do? Etc.
it's like not interesting though. I don't know. I
Make
feel
it
like
interesting.
You want
It's
me to make it
interesting in how boring it will
And
be.
okay, I will like take boredom to a level you've never seen.
Okay.
My perfect day would be I wake up in the morning and I take in like crazy amounts of coffee. I usually draw in the mornings because drawing is actually not a very creative thing for me. Mostly it's writing is creative, and coffee and creativity aren't actually.
But this is what you would do like on your vacation day.
What? Oh.
Like your perfect day.
Perfect day.
No, I like cartooning. That is my
Okay.
perfect day. Like I have a job where I do what I love and I get to draw,
Rare and awesome.
Yeah.
And you're drawing on a tablet. You're drawing on like a weird parchment with a feather. What's happening?
Yeah, I draw on a tablet, a big digital tablet.
Okay. But
yeah.
in like your perfect day, that's what you would be doing.
Yeah, at least in the morning. I love drawing in the morning.
Are you outside, inside?
Indoors.
Okay.
Yeah, usually my dogs are like running in circles, spraying shit out of their asses on the walls. That's not perfect. That's subpar.
I would hope not.
Don't put
Edit
that
that
as
part
part
out.
of my perfect day. I've actually scrubbed shit off walls before because my dog shoots it like at the wall.
How does that? Is
What's
that,
wrong with your dog?
I don't know. He's just a maestro of feces. It's like his.
Have you ever Googled that or anything?
Nah.
How not
That
to have
can't be
this
a
happen?
thing that should happen.
Well,
Do
he
you
wears
feed
diapers
it?
now, so he's fine.
Do you feed it the sushi that goes bad in 14 seconds from your...
Well, yeah. I mean, that's generally what you're supposed to do, right?
Right.
Throw it on the ground.
After 14 minutes, please feed to dog with IBS. Is that kind of an unspoken
Yeah, you're
Japanese
supposed
law?
to feed your dog
That's
diarrhea.
the first rule of being a samurai, actually.
I bet he
Yeah.
has a really fancy glue now.
I bet there's something wrong with him. And
Yeah.
it's going to take really expensive food to fix it.
Well, he doesn't shit like on a horizontal plane anymore. It's definitely straight down.
but just liquid and everywhere. Kind of.
Yeah, I mean, it depends.
I think the most shocking thing of this is that you're talking about it like it's a totally normal thing. Your dog shouldn't do that, right?
Can I divert us to somewhere more interesting than my dog?
Absolutely.
My specific dog, but dogs in general for a second. I read this thing. I don't know if it's true. They did this study. Supposedly dogs, when they poop, they always, or statistically almost always poop on a north-south axis in line with Earth's magnetic north. This was the study. I don't buy it for a
I've heard
second.
that.
I don't
So
care
you
about the
don't-
research.
Aliens, you guys.
My dog, I watch him every day and it is just random. I mean, there's no pattern.
He circles and circles until he finds the correct access code, whatever.
No, but he's not pointing north. He's just like east, west, south.
Yeah, but I think if your dog
True
has
north?
liver flukes and IBS and a gluten allergy, then all bets are off.
Don't
He's not
trust
an
his...
ideal trial test.
Do you know what
agree
I
with you.
heard about dogs is that they are okay. So not even chimpanzees are closest relative, and they don't. Not even they can do this, and dogs can. Dogs can understand that when you point at something, you're directing their attention there.
I thought they couldn't. I thought that
they-
was why they're not self-aware. When you point, they look at your finger.
No.
But like an orangutan or a human being, when you point, they watch where the finger goes.
Other way around.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
How'd you learn this?
It was you guys. This is how I know it's true. It was on NPR.
For real toe.
What if they just started like slipping in subtle lies? Because I would believe anything on NPR.
When they do the April Fool's Day and
What do they
news
do?
outlets start just giving out misinformation, it fucks with me so hard. 'Cause it was
hate
like,
it.
this is not a joke. You're a news organization. We never talked about your perfect day, though. You're not getting out of this.
So your dog isn't shitting.
Yeah, let's just, scratch the whole pooping part. It's not that exciting.
Okay. A mission. It's fun.
I wish I could do that with my life sometimes, like the amount of feces I picked up, I wish I could just erase it. But it's there to stay.
Are you a germaphobe?
No, I just don't like picking up shit.
Well, some people who are, Georgia, you're kind of a germaphobe, but you have a box of cat shit and that doesn't bother you?
Yeah, it's like one of those. It's just like one of those things of life. Like I have to clean up cat shit in a box, but like I don't have to shake hands with like a terrifying homeless person outside of Starbucks who's like attacking me.
But also attacking you with a handshake.
Yeah.
With a friendly
God,
handshake.
I was like, as I was saying that, I was trying to make it sound not
Yeah, I was
horrible
like,
and
this is getting
cruel.
better and better.
I'm like, I don't not like
You're
homeless
here.
people.
Starbucks. He just wants to shake your hand. Maybe
I'm
he's a
just
fan
thinking
the
of all like
podcast.
what is the hate mail that's going to come in of like what a terrible person I am for like which part that I go to Starbucks that I don't want to shake hands with a homeless person.
You know what you were? You were just Matt's dog circling and circling where you just shit all over. Wait, okay, so what was your proving day?
I don't know. I coffee drawing. In the afternoons, I don't really, it's hard to work. Like people between the hours of 3 and 5 are at work, but they don't really, a lot of times you're just fucking around on YouTube or something, or Facebook. So I don't work usually then.
You're gathering inspiration though.
I go running is what I do. And then at evening, I usually start working again because I'm more creative at night.
How late do you work?
I don't know. It depends. Like if I'm really into something, I'll like have dinner and have a nice normal evening and then I'll get back to work and usually like a 10 to midnight kind of
Do you
thing.
drink?
Yeah. Like, I drink wine at home.
Okay.
And that's actually a new thing. Like I never used to drink, other than like, let's go out on the weekend with friends.
Yeah.
But like after I hit 30, I started with dinner. I had like a glass of wine.
Feels classy
And
as fuck, doesn't it?
It does. Cause you can't get away with it if you're drinking something terrible, like bourbon or something.
Well, if you like swirl it around in your glass and the ice cubes clink just right, and you're not
you've
wearing
got, like,
like
a
Bourbon's a bad example. Like
recycled big gulp full of grape Kool-Aid. and
right,
vodka.
like if you're not wearing jeggings, it's
if
fine.
you close out each night with a screwdriver, that's a problem. That's bad.
That's the rule. Classy glass
But
of wine.
there is actually, I read a study, and this isn't why I do it. I'm just supporting my shitty habit.
Okay.
I read the study where actually 2 drinks can actually incur and help with creativity, coming up with ideas. Caffeine can help you act on those ideas. After 2 drinks, in this study that I read, they found that people just get stupid and dumb, and it's not helpful. But 2 drinks, it's actually
drinks.
Very, very conducive to being creative.
Because I've been like really lazy and tired lately, and I'm like, at what point of the day am I going to work? So what I think I'm going to do now is wake up early and have 2 drinks in the morning.
I was going to say, yeah, if that makes you creative and coffee helps you act on it, you need to drink coffee at like 6 p.m. after
Together.
drinking several drinks
right,
in the morning.
right.
Wow, guys, cracking codes.
This is it, you guys.
Yes, don't do this.
Don't
please,
drink.
anyone, ever.
Children,
never,
please don't drink.
Ever do this. Maybe only 1 glass of wine maximum. Okay, so you're okay, Matt. We're like, what's your fantasy best day ever? And you just described a normal day. So
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Do you ever let yourself?
A normal day. I draw for a living. I get to draw bears with erections, like chasing things in space,
Yeah.
right? And then I go and when I say running, I don't pound away at a treadmill at LA Fitness. I'm running in the woods. I'm running in rainforests. I'm running with like bald eagles and amazing critters.
How often do you see a
I'm
bald eagle on your
picturing
runs?
this.
I see bald eagles all the time at home.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Fucking Seattle.
Oh, by the way, do you need to or want to plug any of your races? By the way, Matt Nimmin, also creator of Beat the Blurch, which is a race and a marathon, but it's a marathon and a 10K.
Marathon, full and then half and then a 10K.
And you started it and it sold out in how many minutes?
It sold out, I think, in like 20 or 30.
Wow.
But it actually, I think we crashed their website, so like 20 minutes of that, you couldn't even register. So I think it would have sold out quicker.
What's the deal with it? I don't know.
So I wrote a comic about distance running called The Terrible and Wonderful Reasons Why I Run Long Distances.
Okay.
Amazing.
And in that comic, I created this mascot of apathy called the Blurch, which is basically picture a like obese cherub with little wings and like a sweatband flying behind me. And I've always had this idea in my head that if I stop running or give in, then I will become him and I will be miserable.
That is a great motivator.
Yeah, and so this comic sort of was about that and why I run, and it's sort of like the whole runners who I guess they hurt themselves. They go through intense amounts of agony in order to feel absolute serenity later. That evolved into the Blurch and this whole thing. So then what happened was, like a year later, I wanted to have a race of some kind because I've been doing distance running for years. Mm-hmm. And I thought, let's create one called Beat the Blurch, where you can figuratively and literally beat the Blurch because we're going to have people in fat suits chasing you during the race.
No.
And there's going to be cake and Nutella at
sorry.
every aid station.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Awesome. Yeah, we're really doing that.
You put people in fat suits and they chase people?
Yeah. So be a little fat. Well, like with wings, so they look like little cheruby people.
I know, amazing.
It's going to be great. And
For the first time in my life, I'm speechless.
Wait, and the aid stations have
the aid stations have cake, Nutella. We have couches so you can take naps mid-race if you want. Like, it's just, we're trying to embrace, just give in, just do that, like, fuck it in your head and eat and do whatever you
And
want.
this takes place in Seattle?
Yeah, well, outside a little town called Carnation. It's a forested trail that we're doing it on.
I can't even deal with any of this.
I know. How much coffee do you drink? How do you get all?
Yeah, what do I take, please?
I know.
I go in spurts of intense productivity followed by days of just like, I am not even a human being. I'm a disgusting animal.
But do you enjoy it? Or do you let yourself do it? Or is it like a depression thing?
No, it's not a depression, but it's definitely like a I should probably do something.
Yeah.
Just
consequent.
repairing your physical body. Like, you run like how many? You ran today?
Yeah,
How many miles?
I did 11. I didn't mean to though because it was hot and I don't do
Allie,
well
you
in the
said
heat.
the exact same thing before.
No, but 11 just on a what is it? A Monday?
Yeah.
I mean, I've ran more than I've wanted to, but just 11. Shrug.
I ate space food though. I was fine.
It's true. We went to SpaceX today, and they have a full cafeteria.
Do they?
Yeah, it's interesting because you would have liked the rockets, but also we could have talked about.
Did you hear my ears just perk up over the word cafeteria?
Yeah,
I fucking
you're like,
loves
really?
trays. I love like sliding my tray down a cafeteria.
know.
Oh, it's my favorite.
They had a frozen
How am I
yogurt.
not fat?
I don't know. When was the last time you went to like a hometown buffet? Situation.
I never did that. I've never gone to one of those, but I went to like a soup plantation recently.
How'd that go?
Soup. I fucking love soup.
Soup plantation.
Yeah, it's like our like soup. What is it called? It's like a soup and salad
It's like a
bar thing.
sizzler, but it's like
Okay.
more.
Yeah.
And the name is a soup plantation.
That's what it's called here. Yeah.
It's a real name. The funny
Okay.
thing is we've said the word soup plantation so many times we don't realize what a ridiculous
Totally.
portmanteau it is.
I
yeah,
didn't.
I picture like a cotton gin. And
no, yeah, and like how kind
people
of
who
racist
really don't
it
want to be there
is.
working there. Kind
Yeah, it could be that way. Instead, it's just like sad, like couples who are like have babies and like don't have anywhere else to like go
They have like
with their
date night,
families.
and you're like, oh, they're
I'm dating a Midwesterner, and so we like he has these like cravings that he wants to feed, but they're like Midwestern things, and I don't do that. But he took me. Okay, what I'm trying to say is I've been to Olive Garden twice now.
What?
Since I've been with him.
What?
And I had never been in my life before.
Georgia.
I know, but like I'm like I like you. Okay, we'll go. Yeah, sure.
How did he?
They have carpet. They have carpet.
No, I know.
And they have like seats with wheels that you can roll around. Like it's so weird.
I never thought of that. It's carpeted.
It's totally carpeted.
That's so weird. Why do they carpet it?
I don't know.
I don't like carpet. I think carpet's like underwear you can't change because it's just this dirty.
We're sitting on my
Sorry,
carpet.
yeah,
right now.
we
What
are.
am I
Nice.
supposed to do?
No, I mean house carpet, and you're a clean person. But
Well, that's very nice of you.
ideally, in an ideal world, none of us would have carpet.
Well, yeah, no, of course not. But wait, when he proposed that you go to Olive Garden, was he like, hey, it'd be funny? Or was he like, hey, are you hungry? Let's get some Olive Garden with a straight face.
Yep. You know where I want to, or you know what I'm craving? You know where I want to go? Olive Garden.
What do you crave at Olive Garden?
He likes their
dignity
soup
back?
and their salad, which I'm sorry, the salad is fucking good.
Is
Really?
it?
Yes.
Georgia.
I know.
know.
Who am I?
I don't know.
And you know where else? Okay, I'm not gonna do this.
No.
This is
What?
not about me. Let's just move on.
I mean, just tell
What's
us.
your grossest indulgence when it comes to like restaurants or like going out to eat?
Yeah, we asked about guilty midnight pleasures.
Yeah, what about
but,
going out?
You know, we're
If I go out to eat, what is my grossest indulgence?
Panda Express. I feel like that could be a good one.
Like Safeway Chinese food, actually. Like, do
Yeah,
you
that's
guys,
the same kind of
you have Safeways in California,
Yeah.
I'm assuming. Yeah, Safeway Chinese food. It's disgusting.
grocery
horrible. It's MSG and oil.
grocery store Chinese food.
But I mean,
sure.
like, your mouth is just exploding.
it's so good.
I know.
It's like a vacuum with like
I know.
shoveling in your face.
I
the
know.
next day you're a weird like 9 pounds heavier of just water.
Yeah.
Remember the
Sodium.
time, Allie, we were at the mall and I made us walk by the food court and slowly walk by Panda Express until they went, "Do you want to try a sample?"
Yep.
And we just had one bite because like I know that if I eat it all, I'm gonna feel sick to my stomach.
I had no idea that if you walk
yeah.
slowly in a food court, did you know this? If you walk slowly enough, someone will reach out with a toothpick with a morsel of food and give it to you. It's
I'm
like
a
an
fat kid.
orphan.
I am a fat kid.
No, Georgia, you
It's like
were
one of
skinny
Newton's
as a
laws of
kid.
motion.
Yeah.
Matt, you were fat as a kid.
Yeah.
Were you?
Thank you for using not heavy or big boned, but the big F fat.
You're like
You were a
marathon.
disgusting
Clearly you're over
fat
it.
monster.
Clearly he's gotten over
Nobody
it.
loved you and will never love you. You piece of
Clearly.
shit.
You're like super hot fit guy now. So it's like I guess telling a beautiful woman like you were really fucking ugly.
She's just like, well, the reason I wear so much makeup is because I hate myself inside. Oh,
When did you stop being a little adorable chubster? Is that any better? Much better.
I don't know. I lost weight when I hit puberty. And then I gained it back. Not all of it, but like when I guess after puberty ended and I hit my early 20s. And then I didn't want that to happen. And at the time I was like working day and night at a computer and I just broken up with this girl that I've been dating. So I was like, let's lose some weight, get in shape. So I started running and I just kind of Forrest Gumped it. Like I didn't build into it. I just went from not running at all to running 7 days a week. And I lost like tons of weight from that.
was she pissed that you were like, hey, why didn't you do this when we were dating, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she was a little like, hell, man, you had boobs at the time.
Yeah, and I loved you when you had boobs,
Yeah.
and now you're like hot, and I can't love you.
Pretty shit deal for her, but well.
God, that sucks. Girls always do that though when they break up with someone. There's always
Yeah.
a haircut.
I think most people's motivations for fitness is never about I want to live longer and feel better. It's like I want to fuck someone else. That's better.
I want, yeah,
That's-
or
it's-
like I want someone to be jealous.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm looking at that now. I mean, I enjoy running and I enjoy exercise. You get like a little woohoo from it.
Yeah.
You don't listen to music when you run, right?
I used to. I don't know. Not as much anymore.
I
listen to a ton of
can.
music.
So I don't like music, and I don't like listening to it when I run or do any exercise. So I can totally understand that. Or like
don't
listen to a
understand-
book or something.
It's totally fuel. It's like if a song comes on that's good and has like a good cadence to it, it's just you don't even notice that you're moving your legs.
It's great on like if you're running like a 5K. It's great. But like with some of my stuff where it's longer, honestly, after the first half an hour, I don't hear the music anymore. So it's just blaring in my ear. And I'd rather hear the world, like not to sound cheesy again with a stupid, I don't even like bald
when
eagles,
I
but
run
like
50-mile races. What's
Well,
the
I'm just-
longest
I see
you've
like
run?
I see like a
50?
50 miles.
sunbeam the whole time you're running, just following you along the trail.
you know I'm from Seattle, right? There is no.
Oh, right.
We live
Through
in
the
darkness.
clouds.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
the sun goes down at
Is that depressing?
4
Living in
p.m.
a-
Yeah, and the sun comes up at 11 or whatever, and it's great. It's like living in Halloween Town.
I don't think I could do that. Yeah.
Does it ever become a bummer?
Yeah, people in Seattle hate it. I love Seattle, but the weather is horrible. So what I do every winter is try to like go places like here, at least for a few days, just to kind of break up the.
And then when you get back, you're like, oh, I miss these horrible clouds.
I never miss the clouds. No.
I feel like they would be my excuse to do nothing all day. Is it's like
It's
when
become-
it gets overcast here, I'm like doing nothing.
Yeah, it's become a comfort. And actually, I moved into a new house that has a flat roof, so you can hear the rain. And it's become this thing that's actually comforting because it's like, oh, good, I can be sedentary and I can watch like Sherlock and I'm fine. But if it's sun shining, you're like, all right, I guess I should go out there and.
I guess we get like 2 days of rain here. but
Literally.
when we do, oh, it is
People lose their
It is
shit.
just like Snugglegate. Everyone's just like, I'm gonna be home with this pillow and some Netflix. Everyone's like, don't invite me out. Don't expect me to leave my house. I'm just gonna stay in cozy because we get it like never, and then the rest of the time it's disgusting and brown.
Do you have a favorite like? You watch Sherlock? Do you have like another
Oh yeah, any
like obsessive?
anything online that any like shows that a person should get hip to, like from season 1.
Anything I would say they might already know. I listen.
Like
I
what?
watch-
What's your favorite?
I really like Breaking Bad, like the usual kind of like I read Game of Thrones, and I don't like fantasy, but I like that.
Fantasy either.
Yeah, I can actually. I'd be better spoken recommending comics to read rather than
Sure.
shows. I'm not
Do it.
Saturday morning breakfast cereal is great. Zach Wiener writes amazing comics, and he actually puts them out on a regular schedule. Unlike some of us who I go like 6 weeks between comics sometimes.
For shame.
So it's pretty.
What is that comic? What is Saturday morning breakfast cereal about?
It's like very, very smart, well researched, well educated humor. Everything from a lot of it's very like a lot of Darwin jokes, like to give you does that give you an idea? A lot of just stupid sex stuff, a lot of like funny cat jokes. It's just great. It's all around great.
And it's just a website. They can go online. And
Yeah,
find
just
it?
Google Saturday morning breakfast cereal.
How do you come, like, do you have a schedule of stuff that you write about or draw about, or is it just like whatever weird thing comes into your brain that day? Or
There's no schedule, no.
Okay.
But I'll come up with a comic idea and it'll live in my notebook for sometimes, like sometimes up to a week, sometimes up to 2 years,
wow.
3 years. Like the one I wrote a comic about my dog and about the mortality of dogs. And that was in my notebook for 2.5 years of iterating and breaking it down and starting over. And it was just a mess. And when I launched it, I was so embarrassed. I was like, this is garbage. Like, here, guys, like, don't look at
Yeah.
this. And I published another comic the same day, hoping that one would, like, no one would see this other one. The other one that I did, the cover up one was like garbage. Everyone's like, that's not even accurate. The dog one became like this, like the best thing I'd done in years.
Jesus.
So it's interesting how, I don't know, you can kind of sabotage your own work if you're not careful because your idea of what's good and what's bad is not often coinciding with that of your readers.
Yeah, and you're probably harder on yourself, or you see it in your own voice instead of just in a general kind of.
When you've lived with an idea for 2 years in a notebook,
You can't love it
lost
anymore.
its
It's not
luster.
funny to you. It's just this beast.
Do you write in an actual physical notebook?
I do with idea generation. I keep a moleskine, how I say it.
Yeah.
And I fill those up constantly. And then from there, they go into a big file that I keep like
Oh
on
my
a cloud.
god, do you have 100,000 of them?
Shitloads. Yeah, I don't use most of it. But lately, my whole way of writing has changed because I used to be, let's find things in life that are relatable, that are funny. Like a stand-up comedian would, those routines where it's like anecdotes and
Yeah,
stories.
like the cat stuff of like why your cat's trying to kill you.
Yeah, and that
It's
stuff I can
relatable.
just pull from the ether of my head. And I don't write like that anymore. At least I haven't in a while. Now I write stuff that's more based on history or science or stories from my life. So then, like with the history and science stuff, that's not coming from the ether. That's coming from nonfiction.
Okay.
So it's a different way of writing.
What are you reading right now?
Oh, that was going to be my next question.
Oh my god, we're twins.
I'm reading American Gods by Neil Gaiman.
Love the shit out of that.
I've never read anything by. And did I say the last name right? Gaiman.
Gaiman?
Gaiman, I think.
It's
I don't
it's spelled like Gaiman, but it's probably
I think you're
anyway.
right. That was my
have
first thing by him too.
I haven't read any of his stuff at all. What do you guys like about this?
It's weirdly, it's like, it's not fantasy.
It's urban fantasy.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you. That's exactly it. And
But does it take place in another time, in another space?
It's modern
What's
day, but it's
fantastical about
fantasy.
it?
So you've got things like taxi cabs and iPhones, but you also have like leprechauns and centaurs.
it's like this
that'll fuck with
secret,
you, man.
it's this secret world that's ruling everything around us. And people like us, plebes like us, aren't even aware of these crazy gods that are ruling every single thing we do. And we just go along, do like we don't even know, but it like behind the scenes.
Wait, but is it like, does it
Turmoil.
cross weird fantasy boundaries? Like is there like a Disney weird god and then also like a leprechaun that has nothing to do with that? Do you know when you have like, when you're like, that god doesn't belong to that culture, but it's just all kinds of cultural gods? I'm not saying
Cultural.
This well
They're all
at
cultural. I know what you mean.
I haven't
you know what
finished
I
it, but
mean?
yeah.
It's everyone's god. Like, I think everyone's god is someone different. And when people still believe in them, they still exist. And they meet up like mob bosses.
Okay, so they bro down like I typically wouldn't hang out with a leprechaun, given that I'm
but
like
but there's
Hindu sun god.
kid who is killing them all, who is like a nerdy web kid, who's like
Should I know
this
this, or
secret.
is this a spoiler?
It's not a spoiler.
Okay.
But it's a really good book and it's good to listen to as well. I'm
Did
sorry.
you listen to it?
Yes, I listened to
Who
it.
read it?
He did. He's phenomenal. He's very much like
He does his own audiobooks?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
He's
You
very
don't
much
get
like
that very
that.
often.
He's amazing. He's
Okay,
like
so-
funny and he's British and funny.
What are you reading?
I'm reading The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath.
Oh, that's so fun. That's a great book. It's a really good just summer book. in
I've
a
been
town.
depressed lately.
Is it because you've been reading The Bell Jar?
Yes, it has. She's trying to
your
think of
oven
ways to kill
doing?
herself.
Yeah, she finds one. I'm not going to spoil it.
Oh, God.
Yep. I read that in college and I was like,
Yeah, I think that's because I didn't go to college. I never read it.
everyone's like, why does everyone talk about this Bell Jar book?
Yeah.
And then you read it and you're like, oh, crushing. Everything's crushing.
I love it so far.
I was reading that book. This is the dumbest story ever. I was reading that book and that was the time I got an audition to be on this TV show where the character was really depressed and I was in college and it paid a lot of money and I was like, I want to get this job. And so I like went to the audition and across the waiting room was another girl who looked like me, also reading The Bell Jar. And I was like, God damn it, she's going to get this part. She's probably further along in The Bell Jar. Yeah,
What are you reading?
What am I reading? I'm having a weird literary crisis right now where I keep starting books and like 40 pages in, I'm like, nope, I'm not into you. And I keep cycling through the same books and like,
It means you need something new.
no, tell me about it. But I have Atonement that I'm like 75 pages in. I don't care. I started Wind Up Bird Chronicle by Murakami.
Love that.
I really like Kafka on the Shore. I'm so far, I don't want to get this deep into Murakami right now. Magic for Beginners is a collection of short stories. Haven't gotten into it. I just am like this weird stagnation where
It's time for a bookstore visit.
I know, but I feel okay, but I want to do that. But that's like, you know how you don't like throwing away leftovers? That is what a nightstand full of half-eaten books
Take
is.
those books and put them in a must-read pile, but not on your nightstand. You shouldn't see them every day because it's
I
going to
see
make you
them
feel
every
bad
day,
about
and
yourself.
they remind me that I give up on things.
You need to put them
We
somewhere.
were talking about this. If you walk out of a movie,
Yeah.
you're an intellectual, right? But if you walk out on a book, you're a dumbass.
Yeah.
Like, that's just the rule. So even if you're reading crap, like,
Wow.
I think I always feel obligated. If I hate a book, I'm just still going to get through. Or not even crap, just a hard book.
Yeah.
Because I've read books where I'm like, this is beyond my...
I did start Infinite Jest,
How'd that go?
and I just put it aside.
well,
Ooh, I don't even know what that is.
It's that fucking huge David Foster Wallace book. Another guy who killed himself.
yep, all of them.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, if anyone is listening to this and has some good book recommendations, you know, half of the books on my nightstand are also about the apocalypse. I've got Margaret Atwood's
yeah.
Oryx and Crake. I've got
Those are the best books.
Yeah, I know,
know.
but I'm just in a
favorite.
place where I'm like, I want something whimsical and interesting, maybe something historical or sciencey, but fiction. And I'm just being too particular, but I'm like, I
No,
just
they're
don't
out
want to
there.
read about the apocalypse like right now.
Speaking
that
of
was
the-
going to be one of my fuck that's actually.
Oh, well, let's do fuck that.
Okay. One of my fuck that's was going to be books that I didn't finish, but also fuck that would be like me in the face for not finishing books. But let's have Matt go last.
Okay.
Georgia, what's your fuck that?
I want
A
to do
thing
my
that you
my
really
positive and negative together. Can we do that today?
Yes, you can totally
Do you want to do your positive? Your fuck that.
something
okay, fuck
that I
that
would
is
fuck?
so fuck that is one thing you hate so much. You're like fuck that one
Yeah.
thing, and then one thing you love so much. You're like I want to fuck that.
hate? Yeah, you're like I would touch that in the face. And I
Yeah.
would
So
love
also,
it.
we curse too much. Sorry, mom.
Sorry.
Did my mom talk to you after our live show?
Yeah,
and
she sure did. She touched my face. Your mom came up to me and touched my face and said, Alie, you're so smart, but we can't hear you when you talk that fast. You have to slow down.
And enunciate.
Just that conversation
Use your words.
was agonizingly
Hi,
long.
that's my childhood.
It was 2
Hi.
sentences, and I
Hey,
was
hey,
like,
hey, that's my childhood.
I wanted to finish it for her. I was just slow down. I have to slow down. Yes.
hey, that's my childhood.
She was
Okay.
very helpful though, and Janet, love you.
Love you, Janet.
Okay, so something I would fuck. Oh man, saddle soap. I would just want to lay it down.
What's saddle soap?
Saddle soap?
Matt, do you know what saddle soap is?
No.
Saddle soap.
What do you think it is?
The soap you put on a horse's back before you take him out for a nice ride.
All right, Alie, what is it?
It's soap that you put on dead leather items. So let's say you have a purse and it's scuffed up.
Well, I've used saddle soap.
Have
we had
you?
horses growing up. It was clicking into
Saddled-
place. Yeah.
You've soaped a saddle before.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So let's say that you had a horse. You did have horses.
Yeah, lots.
Wow.
And you hate horses.
Yeah, they're terrible animals.
Really? You
Yeah.
hate horses?
Yeah, they're awful.
Who hates horses?
Matt.
Anyone that's owned a horse.
Why are they dicks?
Literally, yeah. Have you ever seen a horse dick? It's the size of like a baseball
I
bat.
want to talk.
very
That
big.
makes me so. That's
It's
a topic
real
that makes me
big.
really uncomfortable. But like, they're smart, right?
Nah, they're like, I don't know.
They have personalities though, and you can teach them things. They like you or they hate you.
I think their intelligence is on par with like a beetle. I think.
A beetle.
Yeah.
Or like a
Like-
chicken.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. They're maybe they're smarter. That's the thing. They are smart, but I think they use it in bad ways.
Right.
Are they
The-
obstinate? Are they just like they know what they should do, but they don't want to?
I'll give
So
you an
they're
example.
dicks.
Yeah,
One
like
day,
some-
my dad was in the pen and he was giving the horse grapes because horses like grapes. They go crazy for them. You put them into their mouth and they suck them up into their mouth. And to wade into the horse pen, we didn't manage the poo. So it was about 3.5 feet of mud mixed with feces. So you had to wear these rubber boots that came up to here, and sometimes they would suction off. So you step, and it was a nightmare getting in there. So my dad is like suctioning his way into there, and he gives him the grapes, and the horse is like, "Oh, these are the best." And then like finishes, and my dad's walking away, and the horse like kind of pushes my dad open, and then goes bam, and like headbutts my dad. I see his head like split open, blood spray.
Holy
so my dad
shit.
falls into the ocean of rotten horse shit. Oh, no. And I remember looking at this animal going, I just want to, we should just barbecue him tonight. I think we should barbecue this
Is he
animal.
mad that you make him stand in his own shit?
No, he had 30 acres to run on. He shat
Okay.
in the same corner every day of his life. That was his decision because it was closest to the food.
Got it.
Yeah.
Did he just
Yeah.
want more grapes?
Yes.
Was he pissed about
Yeah,
having
he was
more
not
grapes?
satisfied with 48
know what?
grapes or whatever my dad gave him.
Honestly, like if my cat were bigger, he would do that to me. Elvis?
Yeah, yeah.
With cookies? Oh my God, he would lose his shit.
Yeah.
I've gone to battle with Elvis.
Yeah.
That chicken McNugget, 2007.
I
He
know.
batted it out of my hand to the ground. I never got to eat that.
I know, I'm sorry. Okay,
So
my
saddle soap.
Okay.
Oh,
you love
soap is
saddle soap. Great.
Okay, so saddle soap is the thing you get at the drugstore. It's made by Kiwi or whatever, and you put it on leather items, and then you like
Shine.
you
Does
sort
it
of-
rub off on your body?
No. You just with a damp cloth put it on like a leather, like a boot or a purse or a leather strap, and then it's like lustrous and wonderful, and it smells like weird oil stuff, and you feel like a gross old pioneer in a hut. And there's something just really romantic about like oiling leather that I just think is
It's
great.
pretty. I like that image.
Thanks.
Okay, my fuck that's are related. So, okay. The thing I love so much, I want to fuck, is that our friend April Richardson, her podcast, which we've been on, and we've had her on this one too, Go Bayside, is in the top 20 comedy podcasts. She's one of only like 2 girls, like female only led podcasts. And the other one is Aisha Tyler, and all she does is interview dudes, so I don't think it counts.
Okay.
So I want to say big ups to fucking April Richardson. Go
Yep.
Go Bayside. I'm just proud of that as a lady.
Every episode, you watch an episode of Saved by the Bell, and then you just discuss it at length.
Great.
It's really cathartic.
We've been on it. It's great. You know what number ours is on the comedy top 200 comedy podcasts? No, it's awesome.
I don't want to know those.
It's on. First of all, our podcast is on the top 200 comedy podcast, which I think is
Oh,
great.
that's crazy. That's lovely.
It's number 105.
Really?
Isn't that cool?
Yeah. Who are these 105?
I don't know, but if you guys want to get us higher, if we broke 100, we would be really stoked.
That's nice.
Maybe go onto iTunes and like us or some shit.
Wait, so you would fuck us?
I know. I would fuck the fact that April Richardson's Go Bayside is on there, and then as I was looking that up, I realized that we're on that as well.
Okay, so what do you hate?
The thing I hate so much is that there's this LA Podcast Festival every year.
Okay.
The LA Podfest. They're out of 40 podcasts so far that are scheduled to be on it. Guess how many ladies only podcasts
Out
are
of
there?
40? Mm-hmm. Oh God.
Ladies only. I don't mean like a guy and a girl, like indoor kids. Like,
Okay.
guess how many ladies only?
I
Five out of
Okay, I
40.
was gonna-
5 out of 40.
That's weird.
5 out of fucking 40. I really think we should be
12%?
one of those people. So if everyone wants to
12%.
email at info@lapodfest.com and say, you guys think that Slumber Party should be on it,
No, that's
that'd be rad. We'll interview a woman.
horrible. And
It's
what
pretty
do we
gross.
do about that?
We have everyone email info@lapodfest.com.
I think we also have to look at the statistics and find out how many podcasts have just ladies in them.
There's enough.
I don't know.
Look at all the Feral Audio podcasts. There's a ton of ladies.
Yep.
Chelsea
Feral,
Peretti, what's
Feral,
up?
Feral Audio, check it out. Oh, do you want to hear the thing that I hate so much?
Yes.
Fucking Google Calendar. Hate it. Hate it. Hate it. Hate it.
I feel
You
like
guys,
we're-
both of you know me well enough to know that I've been struggling with this. I hate having a digital calendar, but it makes all the sense in the world, and I can't. I hate it because things change, and then they give you reminders for an event that already changed. I can't. I hate it.
I feel like our
I want to love it.
guest hasn't spoken in a while, and I feel
Sorry.
weird about it. No, not because of you.
I could comment on calendars, but
Yeah, do
you?
it.
I have nothing to
You
contribute.
have
Use a
nothing?
third party. Use like HipCal. I think
No,
that's what it's called.
what I hate is that things always change. Like you'll have things scheduled for Monday, and then hey, we have to bump that to Tuesday, and then you have to go into a computer and be like, we have to bump this to Tuesday, and that just bumps me out. Anyway, neither here nor there. I also hate a Chevy Cruise commercial. I'll talk about it the next episode
Okay.
because my face will get set on fire with how much I hate it. Okay, Matt, things that you like, things that you hate.
Start with something you hate. I
Yeah,
think.
let's end on at least a not negative.
Okay. Things that I like. I was thinking about this earlier, and I was trying to come up with something smart, and I was failing.
You don't need to do that.
No, it never has to be smart. I mean, it's nice if it is, but
Can I
once
do
you-
like a dumb one and a smart one?
Yeah.
Okay. The smart one will educate people. The dumb
Okay.
one's just an anecdote. I hate indoor malls. Malls in America, like they're a nightmare. Like it's like going hiking, except you feel like you lost your soul. Like the kiosks, like the people who badge you, like, oh, you want to try some lotion? Like,
Yep.
what like fucking lotion? Get the fuck away from me! I don't want any fucking lotion. Or like, oh, you want to try this quadcopter? It's only $199. Like, I don't want a quadcopter and I don't want lotion. I want you to get away from me. You know, when did malls become like that? I remember going to malls when I was a kid, and it was like Orange Julius, Sugar High, like
Pretzel
stuff games. Now it's just like this sad thing that Amazon is hopefully going to
Do they have
wipe
that?
off
I
the
thought that
planet.
was just LA malls that had like the kiosk of dooms, like the row of kiosks.
No, they're
that you have
everywhere.
to dodge like an obstacle
Yeah,
course.
it's just become this crazy carnival. So I hate indoor malls.
And they're really aggressive, those people at the
Yeah.
kiosks.
Yeah.
Georgia, have you ever bought?
Shut up.
anything?
Shut up.
Yep, Georgia.
I hate them too because I once succumbed to one of them and I'm like ashamed.
Georgia bought a hand steamer from one of them, and she feels like she got assaulted.
It was working like at the kiosk. He showed me a wrinkled shirt. He steamed it and he convinced me to buy it. And it doesn't. It sucks.
How much did it cost you?
$20.
Okay, that's fine. Okay,
Like
so indoor malls.
Yeah.
and I imagine in Seattle you have plenty of them.
Yeah, they're terrible.
Okay,
What's
so
the other one?
don't go into them.
The other one's way smarter and way more interesting.
Okay,
Do you know who Woodrow Wilson is?
Yes,
President of the United States.
yes.
Known for his work in women's suffrage. He got women the right to vote.
Did he?
Yeah, great
So
guy,
you
right?
would lay him down and you would fuck him.
Oh, sorry. This is the second part of things I hate.
Oh, okay.
Woodrow Wilson resegregated the White House. He didn't like black people and he banned them from the Navy. And actually, Abraham Lincoln desegregated it. Woodrow Wilson, 1917, resegregated it.
Holy shit.
And he did the women's suffrage thing as a political move because he wanted the votes. So it's pretty deranged. So I'm just going to go straight from malls into something like
Everything
I said that's
is
smarter.
fucked
So
up.
Woodrow Wilson, generally a bad dude. I would generally not endorse him. But
Yeah.
he gets a lot of accolades because he's fought for women's suffrage, but he really only did it for political gain.
Isn't it weird that like during World War I, that was his most important thing was to fucking segregate the White House?
Yeah,
But
exactly.
that was
It's
his
terrible.
priority.
Yeah.
He was like, we
pretty-
definitely have to get on this, you guys.
Yeah.
Pretty effed up.
That's
What a
awful.
Yeah, he's a jerk.
You should do a comic about that.
Maybe I will.
Shittiest presidents.
Georgia suggesting there's so many comics today that you could do.
Yeah.
Kiosks, definitely. Okay,
What do you love?
Yeah, what's the thing that's like so great?
See, I love the way you're wording this because, like, the "I love it, I want to fuck it" thing does not work with this at all.
No,
It gives me
Allie's
nightmares.
done.
I've done that before. I've like wanted to. Yeah, I've once said something about one
How
of our
about-
producers that was like he did something really kind, and then his wife talked to me about it. I was like, nope, not that way.
Yeah, maybe if I could warp it to like I want to adopt it and give it treats and
Something you really, really
you
love.
would just stroke its face.
Bear
and I'd be
dogs.
like, what?
bear dogs.
What
Oh,
are
you
those?
can. Yeah, you can love that enough to.
Like big fluffy dogs?
No, it's a bear dog. You know what a bear dog is?
No.
So it's known as a Karelian bear dog. They come from this area between Finland and Russia known as Karelia that no one's ever heard of.
Never heard of it.
One specific breed from one specific place in the world, and they're called bear dogs because they are bred and trained specifically to manage bears. What? So I met bear dogs in Seattle because what they do is when a bear is rehabilitated from the wild, typically they have no interaction with the people who are rehabilitating them. They don't get to know them. They don't go in the pen and feed them. Actually, in the bear rehab center I was in, they actually put on a bear suit that smells like bear piss, and they go in there full of this
Holy
piss-smelling
shit.
suit. That way the bears never look at a human being and think food comes from that. Instead, they see another bear that comes in there.
Wow.
So what happens is when they release these bears, the first time they ever see a human being is when they open that gate and the bear runs out and there's a park ranger standing there. So they want the bear's last memory of being with people to be an awful one. So they set off firecrackers. They shoot them with rubber pellets.
no.
It's a very tough love thing. And they have Karelian bear dogs. And the bear dogs, what they do is they sick usually 3 Karelian bear dogs on one grizzly, or one. Actually, a grizzly would take like shitloads of bear dogs.
Yeah.
Usually it's a black bear, they're small animals.
Yeah.
And they circle it and they nip it and they shock the shit out of it and make it terrified. And that bear runs off like this sad little bear, but it's in his best interest in every way. And these bear dogs are trained to basically save the bears through tough love. And I think bear dogs are great.
What do they look like?
They look like huskies, kind of, but they're usually whiter. They look like they have the perky ears and they have the real thick winter coat.
They look like
how
my
do they-
broken heart right now and my broken spirit and
But I just
soul.
love it because it's just like, you think when you rehabilitate a bear, you bring him in as a cub and you like hold him and give him the milk bottle. And it's not like that at all. It's actually very tough love. They don't give them names. They give them numbers. They just detach from them because they know if we go in there and bond with this bear, it's a bad thing for the bear. That's why when you see videos and nature videos of like these guys who's like, oh, I went out and I bonded with the bears, and like they have a video of him like hugging the bear and like get away from the bear. The best thing you can ever do for that bear is get away from him.
Yeah, that's what I'm disappointed to find out is that like there's part of me that like one day I'll be friends with a bear, and like you're telling me that's never gonna happen.
You're not doing that bear a favor.
I'm kind of bummed.
You don't add people on Facebook though. How is that going to happen? You need to start being more liberal
like
about it.
one day a bear and an elephant will be my friend. Like that's my
They're totally going to bro down.
yeah.
They're
But
gonna
like
text you
now I
like,
can't be
brunch?
friends with a bear.
You can't.
Fuck.
I mean, you could be friends with a zoo bear. I've met zoo bears. That's another thing I love.
What?
They all start with bear. Bear kitchen. Have you guys ever been in a bear kitchen?
What? No.
So at a zoo or anywhere, they have kitchens intended for animals. At the Woodland Park Zoo in Seattle, they have a kitchen specifically for the bears because they eat a lot. And
How much do they eat?
like I don't know weight wise, but judging by the kitchen, it's a lot. And I went in there and it starts out and it's like normal stuff, like carrots and broccoli and like stuff that's good for fiber and whatever and vitamins and whatever. And then I got to the freezer, which